not because like they wanted a frozen Mitch Hedberg now, but maybe like a live Mitch Hedberg later. One of those deep comedy inside jokes that you can do here, because this is comedy by comedians for comedians. I'd also like to also reach out to Joe or the previous comics that came up tonight. I'm 46, going to be 47 in January, and Joe's mom is still my contact number also on my station. Not going that well. She never picks up the phone. But I am 46. I do have 3 children, 3 ungrateful children. I brought them to a baseball game, and you bring them to get food, and kids are picky, and you get, the food, you bring it back, and they, I want a, pretzel without salt or whatever. And they get back, and the food isn't quite what they wanted. And I like to mess with them a little bit, make them think, provoke thought. That's my job. And so they were complaining about the food, and I said, hey, listen, look at me. It's a concession stand. Think about that. It's a tough room. It's a tough room in here. It really is. But what was even tougher is I bring them to go to stadiums a lot, apparently. So I went to a benefit for tsunami victims. Thought it'd be cool. And I had a couple beers, got a little out of hand, and I started doing the wave. And security came up, and I said, "What? Did I get carried away?" Apparently it was a little bit over their heads. But one thing I heard about the South, heard all these horror stories about the South. Said, Lance, don't go to the South. People's family trees are shaped like wreaths. Their family tree, when you write it out, actually looks like DNA. It's just 2 lines, all the connections going on. Twisted. That's not what they look like where I come from. But you guys value family and religion a lot. I heard a great saying I can't take credit for, that the Ark was built by amateurs, but the Titanic was built by professionals. And that, I think, really demonstrates the deep-seated faith that exists in the South, which we don't have up north. I miss my faith a lot, because I really need it in times like this, in rooms like this. I really, really do. That and alcohol, but I've already had all the alcohol I can have tonight. So after going to the stadium and after going to the baseball game, I went to the veterinarian with my cat. And it was also the day they were doing free checkups for all the helper animals. So there's usual helper animals. There's a lady with the drives her wheelchair with the stick thing, and she's got a helper monkey, and there's a blind guy with dogs, And then there's one short guy at the end. He looks at me, so he's not blind. And I walk over, he's a little short guy, he's a great big black Great Dane with a collar that says Lucky on it. And I go, what, that's your helper animal? And he goes, oh yeah, I'm impotent. Guys, gotta pick up on these things. Yes, set up punchline. So, that's how it works. Oh, okay. That's how it works. That's why there's a pause there. And then camping. Went camping with my daughter. If you have daughters, they're much different from sons. Sons are more like having dogs. You feed them the shit in the house. You get them outside. Daughters, you give birth to them and raise them, and they judge you in return. So it's food and clothing and love and judgment comes back. That's what happens, And so Charlotte, my daughter, was a little Madeline Albright motherfucker, but that's all. Stands akimbo at camping, and she goes, well, Dad, I need the mosquito repellent. No, I thought she was just gonna do the usual thing, take out a cigarette lighter, burn her brother's with her, something like that. So I give this mosquito repellent, and I go back out later, and she is not spraying mosquitoes she's not spraying herself with it. She's spraying mosquitoes individually and vehemently with mosquito repellent. And I go, Charlotte, what the hell are you doing? And she says, well, the mosquitoes bit me, big mistake. Big gestures, girl. Very lot of presence. And I said, okay, fine. She said, so I took the mosquito repellent and I sprayed the individual mosquitoes that I thought bit me. So they must be forced to wander alone and die. And she did the whole thing with her hand and looking off in the distance like a James Bond villain. All I can think of is the wonder of girls. I'm LP Dixon. Thank you very much for your time.
LP, are you my dad? I always, just always trying to ask every comic, this is like, it could be my dad. If they were my dad,